It happened to a friend of mine. He's working under deep cover. For the purpose of this story, we'll use his cover name, Joe. Joe was on a counterintelligence mission investigating the ambassador from a country whose name I can't tell you. Joe assumed the identity of a traveling salesman, but his sample case was really a 60-amp high-frequency receiver. His garment bag was retrofitted with scope microphones, compact transmitters, and an assortment of antennas. Of course, we hid all these items inside of normal everyday stuff, like coat hangers, fountain pens, and wristwatches, like we always do. Joe knew you have to counter the other side's surveillance devices, and Joe was the agency's best bug sniffer. Once, Joe found a bug hidden in a raisin that was part of a rice pudding at an embassy buffet. Not to attract attention, Joe ate the rice pudding raisin, and the other country's agents spent the night eavesdropping on Joe's stomach acid reflux sounds. Now, for this mission, Joe donned his traveling salesman disguise, a flashy sports coat, a tacky tie, and a smile. So Joe checked into a hotel in the heart of Washington, D.C., the hotel where the delegates to the international conference were staying. Joe slipped the desk clerk a couple of bucks and got himself a room next to the ambassador. Before he went about setting up his devices, he checked out his surroundings to be sure he wasn't being spied on. Like I said, this was Joe's thing. He looked behind pictures, under lamps, in drawers, closets, even in the toilet bowl. In less than an hour, he came up with 2 microtransmitters, 1 body heat sensor, and 2 mini video cameras, one of which was hidden in the complimentary toothpaste tube. Just when Joe figured the room was clean, he stepped on something under the carpet. Pretty sneaky, but not sneaky enough to fool Joe. He pulled back the carpet, which required moving the dresser and the minibar. And right there, in the center of the bare floor, was the head of a bolt that was not entirely countersunk into the wood. Joe chuckled to himself. No self-respecting agent would leave such an obvious bug. Well, Joe got out his MIDI tools, which, of course, were hidden in his electric shaver, and he went about neutralizing the bug. Using his carbon steel sparrowbeak wrench, he tried to undo the bug bolt, but it was practically fused into place. So Joe opted for the motorized wrench which was hidden in the heel of his left wing-tipped cordovan. Sure enough, the bolt came undone, and then Joe could set out his own devices. But minutes after he started, there was a knock at the door. Again, Joe chuckled. Are they kidding? He smiled. Are they trying to pull the oldest trick in the spy handbook? The room service trick. You know, the food cart with the listening device under the pâté de foie gras. Joe opened the door.
Yeah?
But instead of the room service waiter, there was the hotel manager, who seemed pretty upset. You idiot, he blasted at Joe. You just unscrewed the chandelier in the room below you, the honeymoon suite. And that's a true story. It happened to a friend of mine. The couple in the honeymoon suite were not hurt. The chandelier just crushed one of their suitcases, which contained her bridal gown, his tuxedo, and an infrared night scope with high-frequency audio sensors.